We exist in a state of perpetual noise. We are saturated by the scroll, the swipe, and the signal. We inhabit an age defined by Zygmunt Bauman as liquid modernity. This is a world where every solid institution, every tradition, and every identity has been dissolved. Nothing is permanent. Careers are no longer forged over a lifetime. They are fragmented into a series of temporary gigs. Commitment is no longer a covenant. It is a convenience, valid only until a better option presents itself. Masculinity itself is no longer a clear path of virtue and duty. It is declared a toxic relic, a problem to be solved, diluted, and redefined into oblivion. In this liquid world, the dominant message is one of flexibility, vulnerability, and emotional openness. This is the great paradox, the central conflict of the modern man. You are told by voices like Esther Pearl to embrace emotional transparency as the key to connection. Yet, you observe the unfiltered reality of a human sexual marketplace, a reality analyzed with surgical precision by Rollo Tomasi. This reality shows that vulnerability is rarely rewarded with attraction. It is often and brutally interpreted as weakness. This reality confirms that hypergamy, the female imperative to seek and secure the best possible option, the man with the highest perceived status, strength, and resources, has not vanished. In our liquid, option-saturated world, it has been supercharged. This conflict creates a profound cognitive dissonance. It is a psychological trap. You are living in a double bind. Society demands your civilized softness, while your primal, evolutionary reality demands your undeniable strength. You are caught between what you are told to be and what you instinctively know you must become. This unresolved tension is the source of the pervasive anxiety that plagues modern masculinity. It is the engine of the negative automatic thoughts that Aaron Beck studied. It is the insidious inner voice that whispers, "You are not enough. You are failing. You are disposable." In this liquid world, you are being encouraged to drown. The solution, however, is not to become more liquid. The solution is to become the rock. The answer is not to adapt to the chaos, but to build an inner citadel so strong that the chaos washes against it and breaks. This is the iron frame of the Stoic mind. Before we can build the citadel, we must first see the ground we stand on. We must accept the verita effectuale, the effective truth. As Niccolò Machiavelli insisted, we must have the courage to look at the world as it is, not as we wish it were, or as utopian social narratives insist it should be. This clear-sighted realism is the essence of the red pill. It is not a prescription for hate or resentment. It is a liberation from illusion. It is the fundamental acceptance that human nature, forged in the crucible of millions of years of evolution, is not erased by a few decades of social media or ideological trends. It is the understanding that attraction is not a conscious choice. It is a visceral, primal response. It responds of value to competence, to social proof, to physical power, and to the unmistakable energy of a man who possesses a defined mission. This path requires accepting the profound pessimism of Arthur Schopenhauer, not as a reason for despair, but as a tool for liberation. The world is not designed for your personal happiness. It is a churning, chaotic arena of will, a relentless, blind striving for life, competition, and consumption. The moment you stop expecting the world to be fair, you are finally free. You are free to operate within its real parameters effectively. The blue pill man, the man still asleep in this liquid matrix, spend his life trying to bargain with this reality. He believes that if he is just nice enough, just compliant enough, just vulnerable enough, the world will magically bend his desires. He is the man who pedestalizes, who white knights, and who is inevitably shattered when the unfeeling logic of the marketplace asserts itself. He becomes bitter, resentful, and cynical, trapped in a world he refuses to understand. The red pill man sees the rules of the game. He understands, as Machiavelli taught, that it is better to be respected than to be merely loved, especially if you cannot be both. Respect is earned. It is a byproduct of competence, unwavering frame, and proven value. Romantic love, in this context, is often the reward for that respect, not the cause of it. But seeing the truth is only the first half of the equation. It is the most dangerous step, because many men swallow this pill, see the cold, mechanistic nature of the world, and fall into a black abyss of nihilism. They see Bauman's liquid chaos and Machiavelli's immoral power dynamics, and they become cold, predatory, or joyless. They see the truth, but they lack a logos, a guiding principle. They have awareness, but they have no frame. This is a precise point where the Stoic must be born from the realist. The Stoic does not fear the liquid world. He does not resent the rules of the game. He does not complain about human nature. He simply understands what Epictetus taught 2,000 years ago, the dichotomy of control. This is the most powerful weapon in the human arsenal. Some things are within our power, and some things are not. What is not in your power? The liquid nature of modernity. The algorithms that dictate your visibility. The economic storms on the horizon. The biological imperatives of others. The reality of hypergamy. The fact that the world is, as Schopenhauer saw it, fundamentally irrational and indifferent. You cannot control any of this. To try, to rage against it, to lament it, is a form of madness. It is, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, to be like a dog barking at a stone. What is in your power? Your thoughts, your judgments, your principles, your actions, your words, your character, your discipline, your frame. While the liquid man is a victim of his environment, tossed helplessly by the waves, the Stoic is the lighthouse. His inner citadel is built of stone, and he lays every stone himself. He builds it first by mastering his ascent. The Stoic actively practices premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. He sits in silence and visualizes the chaos. He visualizes losing his job. He visualizes being disrespected. He visualizes betrayal. He visualizes the instability of the world. He sees it all in his mind's eye. Therefore, when the event actually occurs, he is not surprised. He is not emotionally hijacked. He has already seen it, and more importantly, he has already decided how a virtuous and rational man will respond. Second, he applies a Stoic solution to the cognitive distortions that Aaron Beck identified. When the modern man faces rejection, his distorted thought is, I am worthless. This is a catastrophe. The Stoic stops this thought. He applies the logos. He asks a simple question, not of the world, but of himself. Is this external event capable of harming my character? The answer is no. Does this rejection prevent me from acting with courage, justice, wisdom, and self-control? The answer is no. Then the event is nothing. It is indifferent. The obstacle is the way. The rejection is not a verdict on his worth. It is merely information. It is fuel. It is an opportunity to practice apatheia, not apathy, but a state of profound, rational calm, of freedom from emotional disturbance. The Stoic does not suppress his emotions. He interrogates them. When he feels anger, he pauses and asks, is my judgment aligned with reality? When he feels crippling desire, he asks, is this thing truly necessary for my virtue? When he feels fear, he asks, what is this that I fear? Is it death? Is it pain? I will endure it as a man. He discovers, as Seneca wrote, that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. He stops being a slave to his own imagined futures. This integration of clear-eyed realism and iron-willed stoicism creates a new kind of man. He is not the toxic brute of caricature, nor is he the liquid victim of modernity. He is the Stoic warrior. He possesses the red pill awareness of Machiavelli. He understands strategy. He understands that appearance, health, and social dynamics matter. He does not neglect his physical body, for strength is the vessel of the will. He does not neglect his financial status, for mastery of resources buys the ultimate Stoic prize, freedom. He does not neglect his social honor, but he anchors this worldly, practical understanding in the unshakable frame of Stoicism. He pursues these things not for external validation, but as an expression of his internal virtue. He lifts the heavy weight, not primarily to attract a mate, but because mastering the body is a physical manifestation of a disciplined mind. He builds his wealth, not by validation with trinkets, but by autonomy, freedom from trivial masters, and the freedom to use his time as he sees fit. He leads, not because he craves adoration, but because it is his duty as a man of logos to bring order to chaos and clarity to confusion. This is the integration of the shadow, as Carl Jung would describe it. The liquid world demands that you deny your shadow, your aggression, your ambition, your capacity for primal power. It wants you to be a tame, harmless half-man. The Stoic warrior integrates his shadow. He accepts it. He knows, as Jack Donovan wrote in The Way of Men, that the tactical virtues, strength, courage, mastery, and honor are the amoral bedrock of masculinity. They are simply the tools for being good at being a man. The Stoic then applies the logos to these powerful tools. He uses his strength not for bullying, but for protection. He uses his courage not for recklessness, but to speak the truth in a world of lies. He uses his mastery not for exploitation, but for creation and for protection of his tribe. The liquid world will continue to churn. The noise will only get louder. The demands for your compliance and your emotional fragility will grow more insistent. Let them. The liquid man will be swept away by the current. The cynical man will drown in his own bitterness. But you will be the rock. You will have a mind of steel. You will possess an iron citadel. You will see the world for what it is. You will accept the indifference of reality. You will diagnose the dissonance of the marketplace. You will understand the chaos of modernity. And you will stand against it, not by fighting the storm, but by mastering the only thing you have ever truly controlled, yourself. Build your citadel. Sharpen your logos. Practice the dichotomy. This is the only way to remain a man in a world that has melted